in most cases. Commander said, am I considered feminine if I cry for a girl? No. Why should you? You're a human being and you have emotions. We cry. Men cry for girlfriend, for loved ones that they, have a misfortune or something, that you have emotions. Every human being has got masculine and feminine in him or her to bring that balance. If you have a branch of a tree and it's all rigid, let's say all masculine, it easily breaks. But if it has some flexibility in it, let's say that's the feminine part, then it becomes stronger, because now it can bend and yet come back to the original shape and endure more and becomes a balanced alloy. It's like a steel of the samurai. If it's all about one kind of a metal alloy, it becomes too rigid and you hit it, it breaks, shatters. That's being too rigid. For that to be stronger, it needs a different alloy which is softer, the feminine. So now you have a real samurai sword that it can do its job without breaking, because it's stronger now, because it has a balance between the strong steel and the more flexible steel. That brings completion to that formula, to that sword. Same thing with men. Men, the word man means a person who's able to endure and come up with solutions, and for that often you need offense and defense and balance and flexibility in order to be able to negotiate things that comes along. You can't constantly go and try to use brute force in order to get things going. Reasonability, flexibility, logic, and power all comes hand in hand to make a man. And the women too, they're also having some characteristics of the masculinity. We're not talking about hormones of feminine and masculine in a man or woman. We're talking about that flexibility which we translate into feminine and we translate to masculine. So the emotional part is neither masculine or feminine. It's part of us being to function and be balanced. So it's all perfect. If it's needed to cry, you cry. That's an emotion of a human being. There's no label on it. To whom does this crying characteristic belongs to? That means you're a girl if you cry. That means, no, not at all. Being balanced, being a human being, has both elements of softness, flexibility, reasonability, and the force, and so on. So that depends then what percentage is in there, that, the rest of it is obvious. Human being has all these characteristics. It has to be balanced. Look for balance. Don't get caught up in characteristics that are made up. Oh, you have to be no emotion to be considered a man. No, who says that? That's an asshole. You gotta be emotional, but you're a man.